We are at 3125 Northeast 8th Avenue in Boca Raton, and we are going to do a seawall and dock inspection, video inspection. This inspection is conducted by See Me Dive on the 29th of October 2013. We're going to first examine the bottom of the seawall, then the H-piles, and then the dock itself, the wooden dock. Well, it's really low tide right now, which will make it very easier. We will start from the north side of the property, working our way to the south, just giving now a general appearance condition. You can see okay, almost there. Right here we have reached the northern portion of the seawall. You can see right here the radius. There's some cracking in the pile, and the radius is completely gone, and water is penetrating. This is all brittle and has no value anymore, and most probably sediment is leaking from that part. This side, the neighbor side, looks good. There's no leaking from that side. Definitely new radius is necessary, and there's some crack in the H-pile itself that needs to be open and resealed. Again, here you can see the radius is gone, and that allows sediment and water to come through. I'm trying to walk very softly. So right here you can see this piling. It's got some quite considerable cracking, longitudinal cracking. This area could probably be reapplied. It's old, and you can see how brittle it is. There's sediment all the way on the bottom here, which means that these seams are not holding. You can see here, see all the sea creatures. So when the high tide comes, water comes in, pushes water inside behind the wall, and leads to sediment being out here, like the pile that you're going to see down here. That's all from the land side. The first concrete slab has some crackings that needs to be reopened and packed, and small, I guess there are old small drain holes that are in the wall here that could be definitely enlarged. Third H-pile, you could see all the crackings on it and the fact that the radiuses are gone, and you could see sediment on the bottom of the radius, which means that the earth is coming underneath. Here there's a space right underneath the corner right here. So sediment is escaping through there, and it just generally will need a new radius, and of course repairing all this cracked H-pile. Second slab, some more horizontal cracking and diagonal cracking all need to be reopened and resealed. It's more like a hairline crack. It would be pretty easy to repair this. Again, radius, it is sealed, but you can see how old, and as you go down you can see that this is where it's really crucial, and you can see it's all open here where I put my scraper in. And going down you can see the sediment on the bottom. The H-pile itself also has quite cracking, horizontal and longitudinal ones. Needs to be repacked and sealed. Again, radius, you can see at the bottom, right there. See right there, all the earth around here is definitely leaking through the seam area. Let's say this slab also has one hairline diagonal crack, and also needs to be opened and repacked. The footer is in good condition up to now. The cap looks okay. It looks newer than the actual seawall. Looks like it was redone at some point. You can see the cracking on this H-pile as well, right here in the center. All needs to be hammered out and filled with good quality hydraulic cement, of course. Again, the radius again is you can see how brittle it is, and probably is not sealing the wall. This slab is good. There's no cracks on it, which is a good thing. We're coming up to a severely affected H-pile. You can see it's missing a piece here. Probably put a few studs in it and some rebar and redo it. You can see here it's completely open. Long crack. And the other side, the radio side, is completely open, and water is definitely coming from beyond the wall and the high tides. And this corner as well is a very good example of how much erosion there is. As you see that big pile of sand that is right sitting on the corner, that's coming from the land side. Again, the H-pile has some cracking and rebar bleeding, that's all the brown rust. Continuing south, again, this area, the radius is not too bad, but it's again brittle. I would break it and just make a new radius and go all the way down, because it's not all the way down to the ground anymore because of erosion. Same on this part, same thing. The slab is good, there's no cracks on the slab. This slab has one longitudinal crack, also a hairline. And you can see here, again, signs of erosion right in the corner, right there, right where the radius is. The radius needs to be redone. Outpiling, H-pile looked good, there are no crackings. This one as well, just small superficial cracking. Would be resealed anyhow, but nothing major, not structural. Again, this slab is also in a good condition with a little bit of cracking on the top right here. You see, there's a cracking, and then obviously the radius is completely deteriorated and needs to be redone. Again, the other side of the radius also open right there, and most probably, see how brittle it is. It's a new radius right here. Crack, bleeding of the rebar also needs to be open and redone. And it looks like when they were driving this pile, this is all hollow, you can hear it. This area needs to be taken off and redone right there. Slab, next slab is in good condition. Again, the radius needs to be redone and pressure washed. And the piling itself has a long crack south end. Also needs to be open and redone. And on this side of the piling, you can see the radius is completely gone, so there's nothing here. So that obviously needs to be redone as well. Continuing to the last piling on the south side of the property. Again, some cracking, hairline cracking. This is already the piling of the neighbor. The seam between them appears to be in good condition and contained well. And this is an example over there of a good radius seam done. Good work. Right here as well, everything is cracking and brittle, and new radius needs to be made. Really, general appearance of the seawall is good. Needs definitely the maintenance work, but structurally seems to be sound. We're going to now move to the dock, part, the wooden dock, and right here we're in the corner, which is a floating corner, which personally I think we should just put a little PVC pile here and hold that corner better than having this kind of a brace that they put on. The wood is all dry, and definitely you could look at the rusted screws. They were not stainless, therefore they're all rusted. So are the ties, the concrete ties to the seawall are also old, and new ones need to be put in. The anchors and the lumber is obviously, you can hear it, it's in need of replacement. The decking for sure. Looking at the pilings, the concrete pilings, they seem to be in good condition. the dock pilings. There's nothing. Look on the exterior part of them. You see it cracking. They seem to be in sound condition. A little bit of a break over here where they married the dock to it. You can see all the bolts and stuff are very corroded on the lumber. Is kind of old. The problem is that they used a lot of, there's some stainless, but there's a lot of, you see that just broke off, a lot of mild steel screws which should not be used in marine environment. So definitely it would be a good idea to redo the dock. It is, you can see this brace be loose right here. It's just not a very sound condition right now. I would recommend not using it for the foreseeable future until work has been done on it. As you can see, the footer in this area is also in relatively, the cap looks in relatively good condition. And overall impression of the wooden dock is that it does need to be revamped, and new decking and new supports, basically redo the entire structure, tie it from concrete piling to seawall. See some of this lumber is into the wall. Okay, that basically covers the entire seawall. It's approximately 90 linear feet long. There's approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slabs with cracking. Let's call it 6, and at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's almost all the pilings need some kind of a concrete work on the H-piles to repair the damage. This being the worst of them, this piling over here. But I'll give this seawall a C+ with some maintenance work. It should be back to good condition in a short time. This survey was conducted by Simi Dive on the 29th of October 2013 in Boca Raton, Florida.